Hello friends, today I'm super excited because I'm going to be setting up this 5-gallon tank for a group of shrimp I've got being delivered soon. Now why am I so excited about this particular tank? Because it was free. For the last 6 months I've walked past the same house every day on the way to work and this was dumped out the front. At the weekend I knocked on his door and said, "Do you want that tank?" He said I could take it. So I brought it home, I've cleaned it up, I've painted the back panel black, and now we're ready to escape. Okay, so that's the substrate in, and as you can see, I've used fluval stratum here, mainly because I had it, to be fair. There's a lot of talk on the internet about how fluval stratum and other activated substrates will lower pH and make your water more conducive to Caridina shrimp and such likes, but my tap water comes out incredibly hard. I have a pH about 7.6, 7.8. No matter how much of this I add to a tank, it won't bring the pH down low enough to make it somewhere where the Caridina shrimp would be happy. Every time I carry out a water change, I'm bringing in that water at 7.4, 7.6, 7.8, whatever it might be, and it would quickly counteract the effects of the stratum. I'm only using the stratum A because I had it, and B because it's really easy to plant into. If you've got gravel, just use that. The shrimp won't care. And the rocks I've placed fairly randomly. They're just A, to make it look a bit nicer, and B, to provide surfaces for algae and biofilm to develop on. The more algae and biofilm I have in this tank, the better the shrimp will do for me.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray.
Okay, so that's the crypt Wendtii green in, and that's going to give us some instant height and some instant structure at the back. So next I want to plant it at the front, and I've got some crypt parva for that. Fabulous.
Well then baby, I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really want to hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Okay, so I'm really pleased with how this is coming along now. The crypt parva at the front is slow growing crypt, and that will eventually carpet out to fill that entire space. And I bought this as the Tropica 1-2 grow pots, and they're fairly simple. You just rinse the growing agent out of the plant, break it up into individual pieces, plant them wherever you want, and they will grow. They'll be superb. Next, I think we need something in that middle space. So here what I'm doing, I've got some Java fern, and Java fern is an epiphyte, which means it prefers to be stuck to a rock or a piece of wood rather than buried in the substrate. Epiphyte plants tend to have a rhizome, and if you bury the rhizome in the substrate, the plant will typically rot away. So what I'm doing here, I've got some cyanoacrylate superglue gel, applied a little bit of the superglue gel to the rock, and then stick the Java fern into the glue. And within 3 or 4 minutes, that glue will have set hard, and this Java fern will grow permanently attached to the rock. Now you can see I'm going to use exactly the same trick for a small clump of Java moss. I like to grow Java moss in all of my shrimp tanks. So here again, take a small drop of the super glue, stick the moss to the rock. 3 or 4 minutes, that'll be ready to go. I love that Java fern, that's going to be perfect when that grows up. But while I was just having a quick look, I noticed a small gap. I've got one Bucephalandra Kedagang left over from a previous aquascape, and there's a beautiful spot. I'm going to glue that. It's near the back in the middle. I'm not sure how good a shot I'll get of me physically gluing it in. But again, the Bucephalandra, like the Java fern, is an epiphyte plant. It doesn't want to be in the substrate, it wants to be attached to decor like rocks or wood. So a little bit more super glue, and I'm going to glue that in the middle. That's going to be perfect, I reckon.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine.
Okay, so as you can see, there's the little Bucephalandra just glued in place there. And I think in a few weeks' time, when that's really started to grow, that might be the star of the show. That's going to complement the Crypt Vendetti green. It's going to poke out from behind that Java fern. I think that's going to be absolutely superb. Next, let's add some water.
I'm falling fast, sitting here praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time.
So I think it's fair to say I'm really pleased with how this little tank has turned out.
So catch me if I
Give those crypts a couple of days to straighten themselves out, and I reckon within a week or so this will be ready for some brand new shrimp. Fabulous. So this is the part of the video where you see the slow motion shots and the close-ups of how great the tank looks. But the more observant amongst you will notice that where the tank once was, is now a towel. You remember at the start of this video how pleased I was that I got a tank for free? Yeah, it leaked. I'd tested it thoroughly, but it turns out I hadn't realised it was weeping. A very small weep on one side, but it's enough that obviously I can't leave it. All that time and effort, I've stripped all that out now. I've put the plants into holding tanks. I've drained the tank down, dried it out. I'll have to strip the sealant, reseal it, fill it, test it, and start all over again. But you know what? All adds to the adventure, right? Thanks for watching.